Today, we're going to be talking about views on YouTube. So the main question of the video is, what is the highest number of views YouTube can count on a single video? If you're a relatively small channel, you'll probably be happy to get 1,000, maybe even a couple of thousands of views on a video you post. More successful channels can hope for tens of thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands of views for the right video in the right moment. YouTube giants like PewDiePie, Vsauce, game theorists, and others are known for generating several millions of views with a single video. But only a handful of videos on this platform have managed to enter the famous billion club, and as of now, that's pretty much the roof when it comes to views on YouTube. But what we're interested in is the number of views you would have to get on a single video before the YouTube view counter would basically break. Now for those of you less patient, we'll skip the small talk. It's this number. So if you're here just for that piece of information, pause the video and carefully read the exact number that is displayed. As for the rest of you, here are some rather interesting facts about this gigantic number. When talking about video views, YouTube can be divided into two eras: before Gangnam Style and after Gangnam Style. As you may know, Gangnam Style by the South Korean musician Psy was the first YouTube video to ever reach 1 billion views, which happened on December the 21st, 2012. The success of the song had such a huge impact that YouTube representatives themselves made a Google Plus post in which they stated how the platform's own view counter had to be upgraded just because of it. According to the same post, before Gangnam Style, YouTube counted views using a 32-bit integer, which guaranteed a maximum of 2,147,483,647 views. Because of the success the song had, they had to upgrade to a 64-bit integer that allows a number of views that takes effort just to say. 9 quintillion, 223 quadrillion, 372 trillion, 36 billion, 854 million, 775,808. Now, despite the fact that Google allegedly stated how the mentioned Google Plus post was a joke, they did confirm this number is indeed legit. To get an idea on how big it actually is, here are some simple calculations. According to statisticbrain.com, YouTube generates around 4,950,000,000 views per day. Now imagine a scenario in which a video you posted generated that many daily views. It would take over 5,101,457 years for your video to push the YouTube view counter to its high limit. For reference, humans have only been around for about 200,000 years. But for the sake of it, let's say your video generated 7.4 billion views per day, which is the equivalent of the estimated number of people alive in the year 2016. And since we're on an impossible mission here, let's say that YouTube counted every single click and refresh as a legitimate view. Compared with the previous calculation, you still wouldn't achieve a drastic improvement, at least not from the perspective of us humans who are very limited by time. But if you were to get those 7.4 billion people to view your video, let's say 86,400 times a day, with a total of 639,360,000,000,000 views per day, your video would reach the maximum view limit in a bit longer than 39 years. Of course, as you probably realize, there are a few practical problems with this calculation, like the fact that YouTube would have to accept every single one of those refreshes as an officially countable view, that everyone on Earth would need a stable and fast enough internet connection to actually reload a video every single second. Not to mention that every single human being would have to refresh your video every single second, every day in 39 years. With that in mind, I think it's pretty safe to say that the 64-bit YouTube view counter won't be breaking so easily. At least, not anytime soon. But hey, I don't want to be the guy who'll tell you it's impossible. So if you have any of your own calculations for a doable way of getting there, that doesn't include things like bots and programs for reloading pages, please do share them in the comments below. As for me, that's my cue to sign off. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay strong.